A good warm-up is arguably the most important part of any workout. It gives you a lot of great information, so we want to put a lot of focus and effort into these warm-ups. Starting with the side shuffle, make sure you're staying nice and low, almost as if you're playing defense in basketball. Then we can switch into this CARIOCA movement, really focusing on keeping the upper body square, but we're getting lots of movement and rotation in through that lower body. Quick steps, feet staying underneath the hips. Progressing into the high knee CARIOCA, same movement, just emphasizing driving that knee nice and high as if you're stepping up and over a hurdle, and this will help progress to your change of direction drills very well. A big objective of this warm-up is to get you moving in all directions, and the tracking drill is excellent for that. Make sure you're staying nice and low, big lateral push-offs, trying to open up at about 90-degree angles both directions. When you go into the shuffle switches, nice dynamic exercise where you're just basically switching your lead foot in that shuffle step. Try opening up both directions if you can coordinate that. Next you go into the straight back pedal, keeping the shoulders over the feet, pumping the arms, progressing into the S weave where you're kind of steering with your hips as if you're on skates, and we'll finish off the dynamic movements with the angle back pedals where we want to keep our upper body really square to the target. As we get into our dynamic stretches now, we're going to slow things down, let the heart rate calm down a little bit. Start off with these big hip walks where we're going outside to in, stepping over the hugest hurdle as possible. And then we'll just head right back, going backwards with it. This time though, you're going to go inside to out. Same thing, really emphasizing getting that knee as high as you can, and you can keep the arms up overhead to keep yourself a little bit more honest. So we go into the knee hug into the airplane. Big objective here is to focus on moving through that hip joint only. Okay, just like the Romanian deadlift type movement. Think of it as a great exercise and warm up for that. But also our balance, our stability. Be mindful of how the body is going to be pulled either inwards or outwards, and then see if you can assess where that limitation in your movement comes from. The slight progression of this is adding the twist into it, so you can go the same knee hug airplane and then adding that rotation at the hip there. It takes a lot more control, a lot of balance. Really try and focus on your body moving around the head of the femur, okay, and all those muscles around the hip, around the core are going to facilitate that action. Grip through the toes, grip through the heel, really ground down through the foot, and see how you can do with that one. That's a tough progression there. As you go into these hamstring scoops, again, think almost like that single leg deadlift. So we're really going to emphasize getting a good hinge and a nice stretch in through the back of that hamstring and posterior chain. As we go into our hip flexor stretches with the groiner twists, this is really a great stretch, so spend a little bit extra time here if you feel like you need to. Explore around, listen to your body, listen to the whispers, and really get into those cranky areas on this one. Great stretch for any type of running workout or even heading into the gym for weight training. The hip pulls is a great exercise, very similar to the pigeon stretch, so we're trying to loosen up that external rotator of the hip a little bit. Okay, make sure you're pulling from the knee and the ankle and not just twisting at the knee joint by pulling at the foot. As we get into those big leg swings, make sure you're pushing the ground away, using your arms to coordinate, and really emphasizing getting that leg as high as you can, getting an honest representation of what you got there. Be mindful of how much the knee wants to bend and any compensations along the way. To progress the leg swings, we can almost work in this Kung Fu style kick where we're doing both an inside sweep kick and an outside sweep kick. We're going to really emphasize that arc motion and really almost trying to draw a bit of a circle with the heel, getting as high and up and over around as you can, and you can really use the hands as targets there to emphasize that kicking action at a high point. Then we can put a lot together with these up, over, and unders. So here we want to go up and over the hurdle and then really get nice and low into that deep groin slide underneath the hurdle. Very dynamic exercise, takes a lot of coordination. So make sure to take it slow and work with what you got and progress your speed and range of motion from there. Thanks again for watching and hope this was a productive dynamic warm-up for you. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with any friends that might find this helpful.